I welcome now my new guest, Sara Avtar. I just met her tonight. She was referred by Sarah Yaga, a very special colleague and partner from Malta. And tonight, Sarah's going to give us a demo on Shakti, power of Shakti. And I know in ancient Greek, we also talk about this Shakti energy, but we talk a lot about the interesting connection, Sara, I don't know if you know, between ancient Greek understanding of divine femininity and Shakti power. And it's so interesting that Greeks and Indians are having this conversation because we don't have very much in common, but actually culturally and on this level, we have some really powerful synergies. So I'm very excited to share the session with you. And for all the women on the call, this is a true treat. It came in last minute. And Sara has extensive experience in this, so we're really lucky to have her. Thanks so much, Sara. Over to you.
Thank you for having me. It's really an honor to be here. So yes, I would like to share with you this session in the way of a ritual of really experiencing the archetypes of the feminine cycle. So really tuning to the natural cycle, also in a very kind of dynamic, mechanical way, the mechanics of the body, the mechanics of a wave and a vibration, and how we can bring that into harmony and balance so that there is a certain self-sustenance in the flow, that the flow becomes charged with the spiritual power or presence of being. So when we consider our reality and our universe, it is a vibrational reality. And that vibration is Shakti. And so Shakti has three different main expressions. I mean, there are many expressions of Shakti because Shakti also just means power. So there are many different forms of animation and power. But we can divide it up into three or into four main principles. And just as we speak more in the Celtic traditions of the maiden and the mother and the crone, or maybe the shaman and the crone, we have also in the yogic tradition and the Hindu mythology, we have the Sarasvati, who would be like the springtime of the maiden. We have Lakshmi, who would be like the abundance of the summer and the mother. And we have Kali, who would be like the autumn and the winter of the shaman and the crone. And perhaps we would even say Mahakali as the deep winter, when we go into the phase of hibernation, moving inwardly away from the manifest expression. And so within every cycle, every circle, in every wave, every pulse, we have all of those 3 or 4 archetypes embedded within that. And in between, along the way, we have all of the sub-archetypes or the different nuances in between. So today, because we don't have so much time, I'll just be working with these 3 main principles. And so we'll be using also mantra together with the movement, and it will mainly be Sanskrit mantra, but we will open with an English mantra into physical expression. So she's bringing the creative impulse of her partner, Brahma, the creator, into the expression of physical life. So it's an experience of an impulse, a rising, a new begin, an inward, outward going power. And within that, there is an inherent wisdom that she is carrying within her flow, which is that subtle knowing presence that is personified by Brahma, the creator. And so all of that wisdom she is carrying into life, and we want to receive it. We want to be infused by it so that our thoughts and actions can be guided by this inner knowing. So I'll just go onto my mat and invite you also onto your mats if you have them. And I will show to you the Mudra movement meditation that we will be combining together with this initial tuning. So let's just begin by pulling out the sit bones and rooting ourselves into the earth and feeling the support that gives us. And then feeling the pressure of that support, we bring it up through the navel and pull slightly in and up with our abdominals, so that also our diaphragm lifts and our chest begins to expand and the shoulders release. And we feel the neck like the stalk of a plant, the stem of a plant that's reaching upwards to the sky and outwards through the crown to the heavens. And in this vertical alignment, we feel the inner stillness and begin to connect with the flow of our breath. Just slightly focusing the eyes at the third eye between the eyebrows. And as we drop into our heart, we bring our palms together at the heart center. And as we inhale, we're going to lift the hands up as if we're diving into the ocean of being, like a wave. And this is where we have our invocation, "O come." And then we call to Creative One, and the fingers come up like little antennae, and we lean slightly back, reaching up with the head, opening all the nadis that flow with the subtle energy, and bringing that down, infuse in us, so we wrap the hands around our ears, almost like little flappy ears that come round and over the top. Infuse in us your wisdom, touching the third eye and the heart center. So we're going to go slightly back on the sit bones, engaging the navel, pulling it in, and that will give us the leverage to make our initial dive into that ocean of being. So we go, "O come, Creative One, infuse in us your wisdom." And connect again with your breath. And really set your intention so that when you chant this, you're really asking for that inner wisdom that lies within our cells, within our DNA, that is in resonance with the wisdom throughout the whole universe. We really set our intention to call that into our cellular knowing. Here we go. Inhale deeply. Oh, come, Creative One, infuse in us your wisdom. Oh, come, Creative One, infuse in us your wisdom. Oh, come, Creative One, infuse in us your wisdom. Oh, come, Creative One, infuse in us your wisdom. Oh, come, Creative One, And inhale deeply. And exhale. So we're going to begin with some exercises that predominantly work on the birth experience, or that experience of initial growth, like a shoot coming out of a seed or a baby coming out of the womb. So we start with the hands behind the back and we roll our sacrum onto the ground and we really feel the pressure on the sacrum. Pull your hands a little further back to lengthen out the spine. And then bring the knees towards the forehead and feel this state of compression of potential. And then feel also the push against the hands. And as you come up, push yourself up, opening, bring the soles together, turning the hands with the fingers to point back, pulling the knees down and pushing the pubic bone forwards, opening up through the chest and reaching with the chin to the sky as you inhale. Then pulling back to the initial position as you exhale. And really bring your breath into the movement. Feel your vagina opening. And feel the breath passing deeply into the lungs and being exhaled out. Continue. And when you've understood the movement, you can close your eyes so you can go more deeply into the experience, feeling the exercise from within. Feel how you push off your sit bones, reach up through your navel and open your chest, as if awakening to a new day. And exhale, and come back, this time with the legs apart, and rock over to the left side and stretch your legs through with the right leg over the top like scissors. And then come back through the center as you exhale. Inhale as you stretch forwards and exhale back. And feel like you're extending your roots out from the seed state, reaching for nutrients, and at the same time you're feeling the massage at the base of your spine. Using your breath, exhale back, inhale, stretch, and lift up through the navel. And exhale and come back to easy pose. Take a few deep breaths and feel the effects. And now our plant is ready to grow a little more. So we stretch the legs out, we've got our roots, and we're going to reach up with our shoots a little higher, inhaling, up and back, and with the right arm exhaling, coming forwards and slightly down and pulling back, exhaling, similar to the first position. And then with the left alternating, inhaling, beginning to open the lungs. we're opening the flows through the spinal column, through the arms, through the fingers, through the chest, through the neck, into the head. Imagine it's like the pathways of the sap flowing through plants. And now inhale to the center, and we come to the energy of Lakshmi, the summer, the expansion of the flowers and the ripening of the fruits. And so we have both hands back, and we bring out the right arm to the side and bring it back behind us and forwards and over with the left hand extended out to the side. Exhaling forwards in a circle and inhaling back. And we feel this opening in the chest and the arms like petals unfolding into a flower. Now we're going to go all the way around in a full cycle. And change direction. And then inhale up and exhale, release. Take a moment to breathe and feel. And feel how that's vitalized you, opening the chest, helping to open the breath flow. And now we're going to come onto the knees, sitting on the heels, opening the knees slightly. And we release down with the forehead to the ground, and we're like a bud, pushing with the knees against the ground, rolling up with the spine, pushing the pubic bone forwards, and then lifting up through the diaphragm and the chest, and lifting, reaching up with the chin, bringing the arms up. And then we bring the navel in again, bring the hands to the chest, and release back down again. As we come up, using the wave, the spinal wave motion, we bring the hands to the chest and open up as we inhale. And exhale, releasing down. And in this way, we feel how we are opening and expanding like a flower unfolding and closing in the nighttime. Really using your inner muscles, your abdominals and diaphragm and pectoral muscles to support you as you reach up, and then perhaps allow yourself to lean back a little, but don't lean back too much if it doesn't feel comfortable for you. And then just inhale up. And last time. And exhale, release down. Release the arms. And then inhale and gradually roll up again. Take a few long, deep breaths. Exhaling into your heart center, spiraling in. Connecting with that inner source of being and love and harmony. This harmony and grace that we radiate out when we're in our expansive, flowering state. And then inhale, bringing the hands in front of the knees, tucking the toes under, pushing yourself back into a squatted pose, a crow pose. And then releasing down and bringing the knees over the toes, the hips over the knees, and lifting up. And exhaling the arms down. And we remain standing. And just to close with the Lakshmi state, we will do a few steps. Normally we have a longer session of standing exercises. So we're going to have the feet actually together to begin with, and the knees slightly bent down in a kind of a plie position. And then we take a step forwards and we let the hip go slightly to the side, and then we take a step back. So we're going 1 and 2 and inhale and exhale. And we're inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And the hands are opening out with the fingers spiraling out like a lotus. And to the center change. Inhale, exhale, and change. In and out, and together and change, and Lakshmi, the great Lakshmi, abundant goddess. And again we go Mahalakshmi Namaha. And now we do that with the steps. So we're going to go around to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, and stop. And to the other side. Om, Shri, and over to the right. Mahalakshmi Svaha. And with the left, Om, and we take the step back, Shri, and then turn. And as we step forwards, the hands are in a lotus pose. Om, Shri. Shri hand over the left as you exhale. And feel the space around your body, how it's pulsating and being charged by this vitality, this expansive energy. And in that charge, find your presence. So now we come to Kali, and the fruits begin to fall, the leaves fall from the trees, and the old is offered up and released, transformed, and we go inward, lifting up the old, rising it up, and releasing. Exhale. And we come down sitting in easy pose. And we're chanting now a mantra which is Akal. Kal means death or time, or even calibration, as in rhythm and pulse. And Akal means beyond death, beyond time, beyond the calibration of time and space, into the unborn realms, the etheric realms of the non-manifest. And so we are consigning the old to be burnt in the fire of transmutation up into the skies, and the ashes are released down. And we release the head and the arms for the next cycle, where we pick up the old, burn it up, and we go Akal and release. Akal. So everything that no longer serves you, you can put in this chalice to be burnt, offered up to the heavens, and released with surrender. And feel the sound current of your voice as you chant, releasing the old. Inhale. And again, bring your hands to your heart center. Inhale and suspend the breath and press the hands against the heart center as you feel inwardly. And exhale. Inhale again and press the hands against the heart center. And feel yourself spiraling inwards. And exhale, further inwards. And then release your left hand to your knee. And be aware of your breath. Feeling with each exhale the breath spiraling inwards to the heart, through the heart, back to the source of all being. And when you feel the impulse to inhale again, follow that and expand outwards. And then exhale and cycle back in again, into the heart and beyond. Pause. Be in that still point. In the realm of Mahakali, where she merges with Sadashiva or Brahman, the space of pure being. And as you go inward, feel your presence. This aware being, knowing and present, loving and harmonious. Aware existence, Sat. Knowing, alert, Chit. Blissful and harmonious, Anand. And with this we will close, chanting Om Sat Chit Anand. Bring the hands down, and we'll, as we chant, we'll touch each chakra, moving up and like a waterfall around us. And the second time we'll come up and move down through the chakras. And the third time we bring it to the heart center. Inhale to begin. Om Sat Chitananda. Om Sat Chitanand. Om Chitananda Om Sat Chit Anand. We give thanks to the Divine Mother in the power of her cyclic, harmonious expression, that she carries the truth of being like an oracle into this world for the harmony to manifest on earth. Thank you for joining me.
It was so profound, so beautiful to watch. And I want you to know, Sara and everyone around, we had some comments from our group members because I streamed a little bit of that in the group. 2 women from India were watching. Melima Bete, who empowers really impoverished women by setting up entrepreneurial projects. She wrote, "That is amazing." It was really, really very special to see this movement happening so consciously and so gracefully, very, very in touch with the feminine. Sara's actually sharing her Shakti Dance website, where she actually has an academy. And the academy is called Shakti Dance Academy.online. That's the website that you can look for. So it's www.shaktidanceacademy.online. And that's a place where you can find out more about her work. I, for one, am convinced that this is something I would love to bring into my practice. And in fact, would love to do a little bit of training with you and follow a few more classes, get a feeling of how this also could become something to help make much more aware the movement moving through the body each time, even beyond the classes. I can imagine it having so much impact into the world. And these goddesses you shared with us are really very profound ways for us to also catch a certain kind of symbolic energy and relate to it. So I know some of us, understand that differently to others, but really when you look at the way that India uses these deities, they are reflections of a part of the psyche. And this is what Dr. Shruti is so beautiful in explaining to us the power of that and the ways of westernizing it and helping it fit with Western thinking. So if you are someone thinking, not sure if you should be doing this, or what does it mean if I do this, I'd love you to really listen to Dr. Shruti explain it, very much like Carl Gustav Jung. He talks about the psyche having different expression, and these deities are then reminding us of how there's a certain part of me that's like Saraswati, a certain part of me that's like Lakshmi. And I'm beginning to call that essence, that expression, that reflection into my being through my own expression of it in this way of moving. And I wanted you to just have that in your minds as you watch these videos or as you look at these links, because they are universal phenomena and universally relevant.
They are archetypal principles. And more than anything, they are actually vibrational realities.
Right.
So, as I was saying, Shakti is actually a vibrational phenomenon because the manifest world, nature, matter, is vibrational. So this is about how we can attune to each vibration has a certain quality. Frequency is equal to quality. So as you change the frequency and tune to a special pulse, you get a special quality which gives a taste, a feeling, a mood of a particular personality that you were talking about, like an aspect of the psyche. So, if we want to access a particular aspect of our consciousness that's potentially there for us, if we find the right vibration, it's like the key. It's similar to, you type in the address of a website, which is essentially giving you a permutation, a combination of zeros and ones that dock you into a particular frequency of a website where you download lots of information. It's the same thing with the mantras and sound current, and also the different kinds of fluctuation of movement that can tune you and your hormones and your neurotransmitters and your nervous system to vibrate, so that you can come into resonance with those qualities, that information, that wisdom, and download it.
Very beautiful, and you have it actually in the group. There's an aspect of the class in the group, so for those of you that want to try it out, I'm thinking I'd love to go and repeat it, actually do it again. And I was doing a lot of live streaming this time, so I couldn't do all of them, and I would love to go back and re-experience them. And you see in the group, Women of Truth Yin, if you're not there, please consider joining. We'd love to have you. We want to be woken up by awakened women like you and those around the world. So join us there. You'll see all the links are there too. It's a great archive of all that we do, and all the beautiful women that we work with are reading in that group. And as I said, it's pre-qualified. So we don't just let anyone in there. You need to be a bit serious, engaged, really resonating with what we do. And that way we create a much more intimate, bonded space. And we've been going for a few years there. It's called Women of Truth Yin, because originally we called this work Yin Aletheia in Cyprus. Yin, it's an acronym I felt divinely guided actually to develop. Yin refers to the ancient Greek derivative root word for woman, yin, yineka. It also is the word for becoming, interestingly enough, which is a very beautiful state of being. We are always becoming, like this very powerful state of receptivity. We are in the flow of being and becoming. And then Aletheia actually is the word for truth. And at the back end of the word Aletheia, we have the spelling for the word goddess, interestingly enough, in Greek too, which is Thea. So Yin Aletheia, or Yin Aletheia, like some people say, is a combination of these three things. Woman becoming the truth, but also touched by the essence of the goddess essence. Anyway, as we bring that to you, it's now in English, Woman of Truth. In there, you will see a lot of very interesting ways that you can boost your visibility and publicity if you are a leader, an author, a coach, a trainer, someone who's got a bigger message or a mission or a calling or a purpose or some way that you want to elevate your destiny. We want to help you do that. We want to help more awakened women awaken more. We want to help the awakening on the planet, and we want to help elevate global female leadership. So we do a lot of that through the group on Tuesdays. Projects like this help more women get more visible, get more in touch with their audiences, and inspire the rest of us to keep growing in this consciousness as we develop on the planet more and more power to heal. Thanks so much for joining us. Thank you, Sara. Thank you, Clarissa. Thank you, Dr. Francesca, for your inspiration. And for all of you on the call, it's been beautiful to see you. Good evening and have a beautiful rest. Bye, everyone.